In this practice, we are gonna create an invoice template from Sketch. Let's say we have given the business name in picture file. A logo in a picture file as well. And an empty worksheet. When we first open the worksheet, we will need to click on Enable Editing if the file has come from reliable source before we can start the invoice creation. Here, we have the guidance to kickstart. We are going to create an invoice in A4 size. So, we go to Page Layout ribbon. Click Size. And select A4. When we selected the paper size, we will see there is dotted line appeared on the worksheet. This is indicating the space of an A4 size worksheet which hold the content. Let's switch to the page layout view. Adjust the preview by zoom in or zoom out, and we shall have a cleared picture of the space that the A4 size paper shall hold. Let's get back to normal worksheet view. Since we have note and database in the same worksheet, maybe we shall add another guide to set it print area. To allow more space for our content, let's adjust the margin open arrow. Then, we gonna input logo in the middle of the page as in watermark. Go to Insert ribbon, then look for header and footer. It could be grouped in text, click the drop-down, and we shall find it. When we selected header and footer, Excel will turn into page layout view. Click the cursor in the middle space of the header, then click Insert picture from the header and footer ribbon. Then browse for the logo picture. We may adjust the position to the middle of the page by input some empty line with pressing Enter button. We may zoom out to have a clearer view of the position of the picture. Now, the logo color is too obvious. We need to change it to be watermark. Let's go back to click on the header, then select Format Picture in Header and Footer ribbon. In the pop-up window, click on Picture tab. Then select Washout from the color setting. Click OK, and the picture shall become watermark. Then, we gonna input the invoice date in the header as well. We can input the manual text, let's say, invoice date. After that, it shall be follow with the current date. So, we insert date from the header and footer ribbon. We may format the font from Home ribbon. Next, we gonna input the business name as the header of the invoice. Let's insert the picture of the business name. Click on Worksheet. Then go to Insert ribbon and select Picture from File. The function normally categorized under Illustration. Then, browse for the header picture. Then click Insert. Adjust the picture to the desired size and move it into the position. Then, input the business address and contact. We may also want to input customer details, like name, address, and contact. Next, we are gonna set the column for item number, description, quantity, unit price, and total amount. Let's work on normal worksheet view. Input the field name for item number, description, quantity, unit price, and total amount. Then, click and hold the column headings border to adjust the column size to fit the content. Let's change the position of quantity and unit price to separate the unit price from total amount. When we adjust the column's width, we would wanna ensure the column fields are not exceed the page limit of the paper size, which indicate by the dotted line. To add the underline for space to input data, click on the cell, go to Home ribbon, and do Border Setting. We may hold down Ctrl button and click multiple cells individually to do the same setting at once. Then, range the cells of the form which we going to input data. Click the first cell of the form and hold down Shift button on the keyboard and click the last cell of the form. And set the border line. Let's check if that's what we wanted. Next, we are gonna fix the input of the description with the database given. Let's move the note in the database to fit within the visibility of the worksheet to ease our task. This is the list of products to be selected. We have the description and the price. We will do a drop-down list to control and standardize the data input. Let's do the font setting to the form. Range the cells area and change the font size, font style, and so on. Then, we shall set the drop-down list on the description. And then we will set the price to be prompt upon the product is selected from the drop-down list. Range the description area where we gonna set a drop-down list. Then, go to the data ribbon and select data validation. In the pop-up window, Settings tab, we shall allow a list. Then range the products from the database given precisely. And we can set the error message to remind user to select from the drop-down list if they try to input data manually. Then click OK and test out the drop-down list in the form. To remove the data input to the form, select the cell and press Delete button on the keyboard. When the description is selected, we need the price to be prompt automatically. So, we gonna to look up the price from the database. Select the first cell where we gonna input price, then call up VLOOKUP function. Input equal VLOOKUP and press tab to select the function. Then, click the function shortcut to open the argument window. We gonna refer the description to the price fixed in the database. The lookup value is the product we selected in the description. Then, the table array shall refer to the database. Range the database with the description as the first column and follow by the price. Press F4 on the keyboard to make the database range to be fixed. In the column index, we need to tell Excel to display the price in the second column of the range, so input 2. And the range lookup should be exact match, so we input false or 0. Then click OK. The price shall be displayed automatically according to the description. Input the quantity. And we are going to set the total amount to be auto-calculated. The amount is equal to price multiplied by quantity. Press enter. And we shall have the total amount calculated. Let's move to the bottom. At the last cell of the total amount, we shall have the total bill. Let's input total bill. And set the font to be bold and enlarged. Then, the total bill shall be the sum of the total amount. We click Sum function from the Home ribbon. And range the entire cells of total amount. Then press enter. Set the cells in the form to the relevant data format, let's say currency. Next, we are gonna fill up the entire column of the price and total amount with the formulas we set. Range the cells to be duplicated. And drag down to the end of the list. We will find that the formulas return to be not available. That is because there is no value in the description. We can fix this by adding if argument in front of our formula. Let's says if description is nothing. Then return nothing. Otherwise perform the VLOOKUP. Please take note, the VLOOKUP now is being placed in the if formula. So, we should quote it with a set of bracket. And check the bracket sets within the whole formula, make sure all are in a set. The last closing bracket shall indicate it in black color. Press enter. Then, click and pull down to fill up the rest. And we shall have the not available value fixed. Let's autofill the total amount. And we got value complication. This is because there are no value available to performed multiply. We may do the same like the price, which add in if argument. If quantity is nothing. Then, return nothing. Otherwise, perform multiply. Ensure the brackets are unpaired. Then press enter. And redo the autofill to the rest of the cells in total amount. And we shall get the error fixed. Let's check if the formulas are working properly. Let's delete the description of the first item. We shall find the calculations are in error. We may just drag the below cells up to duplicate the formulas to those cells. And error will be fixed. After completed the formulas and editing, we may change into page layout view to have a picture of how the invoice looks like. We may zoom in or zoom out to review the worksheet. Let's get back to the normal view. Now, we want the invoice to be printed after we input data. We wouldn't want everything on the worksheet is printed. So, we range the area which we gonna print. Then, go to page layout and set print area. It looks nothing happened. However, when we view the worksheet in Page Break Preview, it shows the area which to be printed in blue line range, with the page number laid in the middle of the page, while those not being selected are in gray. Let's go to File and Print to check how the printing output looks like. And here it is. Back to normal view. The gray line around the form indicating the print area. Data which fall outside the gray line will not be printed in the output. Now, the worksheet is open for editing. However, we wouldn't want the users to amend the formulas. Thus, we are gonna set worksheet protection. First of all, we will need to identify and set editable cells. Range the item number and description cells. Right-click in the range. Select Format Cells. And then uncheck this locked setting in the Protection tab. Then click OK. Coming to the price, we wouldn't want to allow editing and also not going to show the formula. So, range them. Right-click. Format Cells. Protection, and then ensure Locked and Hidden are checked, then click OK. Do the same to the total amount to lock and hide the formula. We gonna allow editing to the quantity field and also the address, contact, and customer detail. So, we will uncheck this locked and protection. After we done with the lock cell setting, go to File and then Info and click the drop-down on Protect Workbook, then select Protect Current Sheet. We may allow a user to select locked and unlocked cells and input password to protect the worksheet. Click OK. And then reconfirm the password, then click OK. Please remember the password or write it down and keep in a safe place. Then, check and test the worksheet. Ensure everything is working as we wanted. And also its printout. We may print the output into PDF format or print out to a paper if there is installed printer. Back to worksheet and save the workbook. And we are done.